Hello, Mrs. Ryder.
Hello.
You actually have three ugly Americans outside waiting.
Outside, right? We'll come and let you in then.
Okay, see you in a few.
Hello.
Bye-bye. You have the keys for the Carlos, or do I?
I have them.
You have them. Mr. Ryder, sir.
Dennis, how you doing, mate?
You're walking fine.
Oh yes, I'm the bionic woman now. How good to see. They're in the elbow video on what is it on YouTube? Did you say?
Yeah, it's on
YouTube.
Check it out.
It's
You'll
called
have to
New York Morning. Guy Garvey's on stage with Elbow. He dedicated it to us. He said, "See those two people up there in the balcony?" He said they were here for every Manchester band that comes to New York. He says they were here for the Mondays. They drove the Mondays around. Mondays did the song Dennis and Lois for them. Their home is Manchester, and everybody's like looking up at us. And I was like, I'm embarrassed, But Guy Garvey said,
And he even changed the lyrics. There's one line in the song about New York where the folks are always nice to Yoko. Because he was really appreciated the fact that everybody slags Yoko off, but New York accepts her as an artist. He changed it to where people are nice to Lois. And he started singing that in the concert, so,
Oh, you'll have to.
But he tells the whole audience.
It's a good video.
How
I mean,
the Mondays
from us
wrote the
being
song
in it,
Dennis and Lois and
it's just
everything.
something different. She hit Iggy
Did
Pop
you know
in the
about
eye.
that story?
No.
When we were in Boston, when you were in Boston,
Yeah.
and Iggy Pop opened for the Mondays,
Which they couldn't figure out. They
Shawn
said, "Wait
gives
a
me this
minute."
ecstasy, and I'm not, I just. He says, "Take it. I think he even said, Derek said it's okay. It's clean stuff." I says, I have to go back to work tomorrow. He says, oh, it'll wear off by tomorrow morning. Don't worry, just take it. You'll have a good time. So he gives it to me, right? So I took this ecstasy. First time I ever, and I was by the side of the stage, and the Mondays were there, and I was dancing, and my elbow went right in Iggy Pop's face. And I was like, well.
He seemed to enjoy it, though.
I said, I'm sorry, Mr. Pop, I'm sorry. And he says, no, don't worry.
It's fantastic. He carries a mic lead, and it's about 150 feet long. Because of that Boston gig, we plug his mic and what have you. And he went out to the mixing desk himself, and he set his own vocals up from the mixing desk.
Really?
And that's why he carries this lead. However far away it is, he can always get to the mixing desk with his vocals. That's how he wants them. That's it,
Last time he was here, he was rummaging among old stuff. He took the Rolex watch, the fake Rolex, back with him to LA.
Our Rolex.
Because he's got a shelf there of things that mean a lot to him from the past. So the Rolex is
I remember
actually
Shawn
on
was
the.
looking at that. He says, they give you a Rolex? I was like, it's not a real Rolex. It's just.
Mark, I think Gaz, went with us to eat in a Mexican restaurant before the gig, and they had mariachis there. And everybody was feeling very in a good humor to begin with. And these Mexicans would come over and just start playing at the table, and the whole table, we all lost it. We were just like laughing and laughing.
What, 30 years ago? Unbelievable.
Yeah, so there was Guy Garvey telling everybody, oh, these people take care of all the Manchester bands that come. And he went on about the Mondays.
It was in Night and Day one time, and he just stood shaking his head. I said, "What's up, guy?" He said, "Lost my lyric book." Oh dear. I said, "So I'll give you a tip now." I said, "Next time you're going to have to replace it." I said, "So don't get a little diary, get a big one. Then you're not going to, you don't leave something like that, a little diary, you can just put it down and what have you."
Peter Hook has that. He has a really big book. He's got each page in a plastic sleeve, and he like goes through it, to see
With all the lyrics.
the lyrics.
Must have got the idea.
But it's a big book. It's a big book.
Oh well, there you go. See, your words weren't in haste.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
think it's strange, but I guess if you're not the person who writes the words, even if you're in the band, you're not going to remember them always. Brian Wilson always did that. Brian Wilson always has a teleprompter going, but he always wrote the music. He didn't.
Most people do. It saves you writing all the lyrics out like I used to have to do.
You used to write them out.